So I just want to ask you if you've ever used any social networks or social media to communicate with your service provider.
No.
No? Have you ever used social media to talk about them?
No.
No?
All
right.
I'm kidding, yeah.
Yeah? Great. That was all I had.
Yeah,
Thank you. I just want to ask you one.
Where you come from?
Amdocs.
Oh.
Right here. So can I ask you just, have you ever used social media or social networks to communicate with your service provider?
Yes.
Yeah, you have? Great. Hi, I'm taking a poll. Can I get a video of you? I want to ask a question. Great. Let me just line you up. Okay. So I just want to know, do you ever use social media or social networks to communicate with your service provider?
No.
No. Have you ever used social media to talk about them?
No.
No? Great. Thank you. Have you ever used social media or social networks to communicate with your service provider?
No.
No?
Service provider.
No? Have you ever used it to talk about them, like talk about good or bad service you've had?
No, I preferably use social networks just to connect with family and friends.
Okay, you?
The same.
Same?
Only family and friends, yeah.
Great. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay.
I'm taking a poll. I'm taking a poll about social media. I want to know if you guys have ever used social media to communicate with your service providers.
What's our communication with?
Yeah, have you used like Facebook or Twitter or anything to communicate with your service provider?
Normally, Facebook.
Yeah, to talk to them.
Talk about Facebook. So for me, it's really useful for domestic use,
Not for talking to your service provider. Do you ever talk about them, about good service that you had or bad service that you had on your Facebook or something like that?
So our problem is that our communication with our provider normally continue with email. So
Through email.
maybe we need to change
In the future.
Maybe in the future, but not nowadays.
Yeah, okay. What about you? So let me ask you, do you ever use social media to talk to your service provider?
I use it, but not for work.
Yeah.
Friends,
And do you ever talk about your service provider? Say, oh, this was good service, this was bad service, or something like that?
No, I don't really like him. We work in the same company, so
Oh, yeah?
see me.
Okay. Great, thanks a lot, guys. It's two very easy questions. One, do you ever use social media to communicate with your service provider, your communication service provider?
No.
No. Do you ever use social media to talk about them, whether they've given you good or bad service?
No.
No. Come on. You want to answer a question?
My answers would be the same.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
First question is, do you ever use social media or social networks to communicate with your service provider?
Yes, I do.
To talk to your service provider?
Yeah.
Yeah? Great. And do you talk about them, to talk about the service you get using social media?
Yeah.
Great. That's all I needed. Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, yeah.
Great. So the first question is, do you ever use social media to talk to your service provider, your communication service provider?
Repeat, please.
Yeah. Do you ever use social media, like Twitter or Facebook, to talk to your service provider?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah? Great. Thank you.